suggest Mr. Sloan and Mr. Thomas come in and, I think best, I just turn the floor over to you and let you make your talk here.
I'm Jake Stone, town manager in Pekin. This is Jeff Thomas, he's our marshal. So, guys, I'm just gonna read this. Jeff Thomas and I are here on behalf of the town of Pekin to see if there's any interest in an interlocal agreement between the town and the county commissioners to do residential building inspection and permitting for construction within the town limits of the town of Pekin. Currently, we have no building inspection or permitting for residential construction in Pekin. Over the past several years, there has been a lot of discussion about the need for some type of inspection and permitting that has always subsided due to a severe lack of funding. We do not have the finances, and it just isn't feasible to establish another position for what we believe will be at most 5 to 6 residential projects a year. The Department of Homeland Security was recently in town inspecting some commercial projects and recommending that we enter into an interlocal agreement with a larger agency that already has an established building department. According to them, it is very common, and it is how most small towns approach it. After extensive research, we were able to verify that several towns and even some cities do have an agreement with their county. We feel this is the most sensible solution for many different reasons. Hopefully, this could establish some uniformity across the county, not just for Pekin, but for towns like Hardinsburg, Campbellsburg, Little York, South Hill, and Wilmington. We propose this agreement in hopes of protecting the future of our town and ensuring the safety of our residents. We can no longer table this discussion. The time to act is now, and we will implement something going forward, but an agreement with the county is our first option. Enclosed in the packet, you will find examples of various agreements between towns and cities and the counties they reside in. Also included is a draft of the proposed agreement, which can be revisited at the end of the term or terminated at any time by either party. Like I said, there's several examples. So, I apologize, I'm battling allergies.
That's okay. That's Southern Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what you're asking the county for the interlocal agreement. And I'm going to ask Dustin for some clarification here. Exactly what?
What's the question?
The question is for them to enter into an interlocal agreement. What do we need to do?
You've got a draft of the agreement. It's essentially a contract binding two entities. And I represent both entities, by the way, and I will not give any advice to either of them.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Is there any reason that you couldn't do this?
Yeah, we don't have the staff, so we don't have anybody trained. We don't have a process. We don't have any forms. It's if this doesn't work out, that's our next step. But we're hoping this was the sequence for us to go down this road.
So you could be trained, right?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. Somebody could be. I'm not saying I could be, but somebody could be.
How many basic inspections would you be making a year?
By our count, at most 5 or 6. We have 2 or 3 new homes a year, and then maybe a pole barn, garage, remodel.
Discussion.
This list you provided us, How many years, is this just in the past year,
That's, that came from the assessor's office, that's the past 4 years.
last 4 years,
Yes.
okay?
And a lot of those were, some of those were commercial, some of them were just short. And I tried to break them down on but basically those are improvements, and I tried to put the improvement on the spreadsheet.
What color represents new home builds or mobile home sets?
Green.
Green.
Yep.
And this is 4 years.
Yes.
To be very frank with you, when Phil first mentioned this, I was very much opposed to it. But I tend to jump to conclusions sometimes. I educated myself a little bit, and I went down to the assessor's office, and we helped get this together, because I wanted to know how many new home mobile home sets, and how much work would be involved. And of course, I came down, and you asked me down to come and talk to you guys, and I thought, well, you know, I'd be a fool if I didn't listen. There's no sense me being so hard-headed about this. And there is a situations that have really come up over the past several years. This didn't happen overnight with many things in our county, and we struggle with the same things. The main thing is illegal structures, and since I've been involved in county government, I've been trying to work with our building commissioner and learn more about it, because honestly, I get tired of driving down our beautiful countryside out in the rural areas and seeing these places that shouldn't even be there. Some of them are just eyesores. So I understand what you're going through. We have a great need in our county for more help. And the way I see it, this could be an opportunity for us to justify, and I don't like expanding government, but the truth of the matter is our current building commissioner is simply overwhelmed. He is also the floodplain manager. There's been numerous changes at the state level, which has increased his workload. And this is all about change. There was probably a time no one would ever consider this, but times change, things change, and I think if we don't at least give this some consideration, then we're going to be missing out on a lot. Now, to me, the determining factor in all of this is one thing, and that is us finding the right employee to hire to help you with this, and also help ourselves. And Travis and I had a couple conversations recently about hiring someone, and I don't have to tell anybody in this room what the workforce situation is. It's sad at best. So what I'm saying is this may never happen, because we may never find that person. But I think it's worth talking about, and obviously we're not going to make a decision today on forming an interlocal agreement, because we simply don't have the manpower. But I think we can certainly talk about it and make a decision when the time comes.
Yeah, that's all we ask. We need help. You know, there's a need for it. We're not comfortable doing it on our own, so this was our first step. And I understand it's not something that's gonna happen tomorrow, so just a discussion, that's all I ask.
Well, I commend you for coming forward with a problem. Because we all know we've got it, and we all want to clean it up. And like Todd said, we do have, we're at the beginning stage of the program, so let's figure out where we need to go and make a right move. And
I agree with both of you. Rick? I agree with both of you, something needs to be done. But, you know, Travis is overloaded right now, and sure, it's just, it comes down to another employee.
And
This is one that's gonna take.
there's a flip side of this. Travis is extremely busy. If we find that perfect person, what do you think the chances are that that person is going to be able to just step right in and know everything? And, you know, there's a learning curve. Travis is gonna have to train him.
here, I mean, I'm gonna say we're gonna table this right now, but we've got some discussion to do and some other considerations to be made here to work on the problem.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.